What's going on, my brothers? In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the pros and cons of doing strict movements versus ego lifting. Now, ego lifting has gotten a lot of bad press recently, but I'm going to argue that there are some times where ego lifting can actually come in handy for building strength, increasing your working weight, increasing your central nervous system and your ability to muster up strength. And yeah, I'm going to follow my explanation with some clips of me performing ego lifts and then me performing strict lifts of the same exercise, and then you will be able to see the difference as I discuss them. So let's begin. As you can see here, I am very clearly performing ego lifting. The weight is the full stack, and this looks very similar to how Arnold performed his lateral pull downs in the movie Pumping Iron, where I'm really just swinging the weight around, focusing on a full extension of the lats, and I'm not really focusing too much on my form, but rather I'm going for the heaviest weight possible and the greatest extension of my lats possible, as you can see in these clips. There are some great benefits to ego lifting. Firstly is the benefit that comes psychologically. When you are moving greater weights, you are feeling an inflated sense of self, whereby you feel as though you can lift perhaps more than you actually can. This, of course, can translate into greater lifts. You are adding more weight and you are perhaps losing the form somewhat, but nevertheless, the weight is increasing, and as a consequence of this, you are lifting more weight. Therefore, ego lifting increases the amount of weight that you can lift. Another benefit of ego lifting is that this increased weight results in increased tears in the muscle fibers, because as you are lifting heavier weights and placing heavier loads upon your body, you are forcing your body to adapt. You are forcing muscle fiber tears to occur, and then if you take proper time to rest and recover, then of course you will become stronger. The final benefit of ego lifting is that it can simply just be more enjoyable. Ego lifting can result in increased weights, it can result in an increased sense of self, and ultimately it can result in you feeling passion for the gym, especially if you have been following a strict routine involving proper form, proper rest and recovery. Ego lifting can simply be a nice break from this and can put a bit of zing back into your gym routine. Now that we have looked at the benefits of ego lifting, let's look at the benefits of lifting with a strict and proper form, accompanied by some clips of this. Firstly, proper form reduces your risk of injury if you are conducting the weight properly. This means focusing on a strict form whereby the movement is done in a proper and effective manner, focusing on a mind-muscle contraction. The next benefit of lifting with proper form is that this increased mind-muscle contraction can result in a full contraction of the muscle and thus a more well-rounded and holistic growth within that muscle. As you can see, with the lateral pull down, I am now pulling the weight using my lats predominantly, whereas beforehand I was recruiting much of my biceps and my forearm. This is an evident benefit of lifting with proper form. Another benefit of using strict, slow, and proper form is that you are reducing the amount of momentum required to complete each lift, ensuring that your muscles are benefiting fully from each repetition. Another benefit of lifting with proper form is that you can complete a full range of motion. When you shorten the range of motion, you are inhibiting the muscular recruitment, i.e., you are using your muscles less. When you are completing proper form, you can ensure that you are lifting the weight in its full capacity, and in doing so are recruiting the entire muscle for the entire duration of the lift. Whereas when you are completing weight with ego lifting form, you may not be actually contracting the muscle you are aiming for the duration of the lift. A final benefit of good, proper lifting form is that it creates a real sense of progress. When you are completing ego lifts with bad form, you may, due to your inflated ego, think that you can lift more than you actually can. And then when you go and enter contests, you compete, or you lift against your friends, you may be disappointed when their bench is significantly better than yours, despite them having better form. Because if your butt is leaving the bench every time you complete a bench press, are you actually benching the weight, or are you just completing a leg press? Okay, sorry about that. Guys, I was just waiting for Jeff to finish his commentary. So, those are the benefits of conducting ego lifting versus conducting strict form. Now, it's totally up to you which one you complete, but I would recommend that whilst ego lifting can be fun and it does have its benefits, you do not try to do ego lifting every single session. Maybe once a week, one time a week, go crazy, enjoy yourself, but don't make ego lifting the focal point of your life, because we've all seen that guy in the gym, we've all been around him, he's not a nice guy, he's hogging all the weights, he's making a lot of noise, it can be irritating. But ego lifting does serve its purpose, and I felt as though a video justifying that purpose was necessary, and so I hope I've managed to communicate the benefits of ego lifting to you. That is all for today's video, and I will catch you in the next one. Hasta luego.